The question of whether Jesus rose from the dead is an inquiry steeped in historical, theological, and philosophical dimensions. While empirical proof in the scientific sense remains elusive, historical documentation, religious texts, and scholarly interpretations provide various perspectives that contribute to the ongoing debate surrounding the resurrection. According to Christian doctrine, the resurrection of Jesus is central, as it signifies the triumph over death and the promise of eternal life for believers. The biblical accounts, notably found in the New Testament's four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, first to Mary Magdalene and then to his disciples, along with an empty tomb discovered on the third day following his crucifixion. These narratives, written within the first century, are considered primary sources that assert the event's occurrence. From a historical standpoint, the Apostle Paul's writings, particularly in 1 Corinthians 15 verses 3 to 8, are among the earliest references to the resurrection. Paul asserts that Jesus appeared to Cephas, Peter, the 12 apostles, and over 500 followers simultaneously, many of whom were reportedly still alive, allowing for verification through direct testimony at the time. Scholars often consider Paul's letters to be crucial evidence, as they were penned within 2 decades of the events described. The argument for the resurrection can further be explored through the lens of historical change. The rapid spread of Christianity in the Roman Empire and the profound transformation in the behavior of Jesus' followers, many of whom faced persecution and martyrdom, have been posited as circumstantial evidence supporting their sincere conviction that the resurrection was real. In contrast, skeptics of the resurrection propose explanations ranging from theft of Jesus' body to the theory of a spiritual rather than physical resurrection, suggesting that the accounts in the Gospels are symbolic narratives rather than historical facts. Additionally, some historians emphasize the lack of contemporary Roman records detailing the resurrection, suggesting that the documentation outside of religious texts is minimal. In the quest to prove the resurrection, theologians argue that faith is paramount, with belief in the event seen as a matter of personal conviction rather than empirical evidence. Renowned scholars such as N.T. Wright have emphasized that the early Christian belief in the physical resurrection of Jesus as a historical event is rooted in a radically different worldview from that of modern skepticism. In conclusion, the proof of Jesus' resurrection cannot be substantiated in the manner of scientific inquiry, but instead relies on the intersection of historical analysis, theological interpretation, and personal faith. Each individual may weigh these considerations differently, arriving at a personal understanding based on their beliefs, scholarly interpretations, and religious convictions.